Hey there, guys. Long time no see once again. Today's a very exciting day because I received something. First off, though, if you guys see this on my cheek, I know it looks freaking trashy or whatever, but I was cutting plastic and a big glob of melted plastic hit my cheek from my grinder. And instead of just wiping it off, it would have just spread. So I had to wait for it to cool down. It just like took the pain, like, oh, fuck. And then I just peeled it off and took skin off with it. So that's why that's there. I've been up all night. Haven't been to bed yet because I've been anxiously waiting for something today. So, the car. I just miss driving it so much. I miss driving the car. So, I went online. I searched for some engines. I may or may not have found one. So, I placed an order. I ordered something. It came on a freight truck today. What we have is the arrival of a engine to drive in this car. Now, I'll give you guys some time to guess what engine it is. If you guessed an M54 B30, no. Absolutely not. We don't do that here. You guys know I don't like that engine that much. I know a lot of people don't like me for that, but what we have here is my favorite non-M E46 engine. It is a M52 B28. You're probably wondering, Tyler, come on, man. That engine, it's nothing crazy fast, nothing powerful. It's not about that. It's about the certain things this engine has. We have a 2.8 forged crankshaft, which has great harmonics and the higher rev range, more safer than a B30. We have stronger oil control rings on the pistons, less oil consumption. And my tuner and I, we also prefer the stroke of this engine in certain tolerances within the engine over the B30. They're easily modifiable, just like any E46 platform. So right off the bat, we're gonna throw on an M54 B30 Intake Manifold, which I already ordered. They have substantially bigger ports going to the intake on the head, a much bigger throttle body, as you guys know, and all that stuff. So let's check it out. Yeah, so I ordered this from I ordered this from Florida. It has 155,000 miles on it. As you guys see, I have a rag in here. Some few things did break in the shipping process, but hey, I can't complain. I have all these parts. The oil cap busted. The power steering reservoir got wrecked. What else? A vanity cover. I have all this stuff, though. And also, the power steering pump pulley got a little trashed. But hey, it's going to happen, you know. I'm not too concerned about that. As far as the engine goes, it actually looks very clean. Like, for instance, look at this oil pan here. You see how, look at that. It hasn't even leaked, it looks. So this thing is still a really good condition, I feel. I got to do a compression test on, obviously, so that's going to involve me throwing on the transmission so I can get the starter properly spaced, and then hot wiring it and cranking it, you know, and yeah, do a compression test that way. It's going to be cool. I'm going to put at least 5 quarts in it because it has no engine oil. They drained it before they shipped it. But, I mean, you can't blame them there, so I'm going to go buy some cheap oil. But, yeah, for what I paid for this engine, I got this engine for $800, and that's shipped freight. That's a really good deal, I feel, because these engines go for about $1,000 with nothing on them. We have everything, the AC compressor, all the idlers, the power steering pump, but the pulley's busted. But, hey, you know, even the alternator's still on it. Even the starter, guys, like you've seen the starter back there. This is it's literally a complete engine for $800 shipped. Torque converter still on it. So, yeah, I couldn't pass it up. There's no signs of overheating at all, really. The dipstick smelled good. It smelled totally normal. But a good way to tell is to pull the valve cover off. We'll see what's like inside of it. But from what I'm seeing on the outside, it's a good engine. After I bought the engine, I was looking at pictures again online, and I was worried I was stressing because I seen liquid. You can still see it. On each one of these, I just call them runners, there's liquid dripping down each one of these. I thought, oh boy, did I just buy an engine with a fucking, you know, possible warped head? Is the head leaking? I was like, no, wait a second. So I zoomed in and I seen also up here was wet. So, if you guys think about it, what I'm assuming is the person who removed the exhaust manifolds sprayed a liberal amount of penetrating oil, whether it be WD-40 or PB Blaster, and that's all you're seeing running down, you know, running down the engine here. It's dried up now. But in the pictures, it was a lot more wet and more frequent. So I just think literally somebody was spraying WD-40 in here to break loose all the nuts for the exhaust manifolds, because I don't see really anything that concerns me down there at all. But yeah, we're just going to swap on a B30 intake, which I already bought online. A super clean one, shipped for 80 bucks. Still has the DISA in it, idler control valve, everything. So a complete intake manifold for $80 shipped from a B30. Come on. I'm finding really good deals. I also bought this engine stand here. So after I compression test it, we're going to slap it on there, do all the maintenance, all the gaskets. I love these engines, man. The E46 engine, really. I know them like the back of my hand. I know, so I know everything to look out for, what's replaced. I'm super stoked about this. I feel much more confident. If like I said, I'm gonna drive this as NA. I'm not gonna boost it. Do not get discouraged with me. I really want to drive this car again. So we're gonna do a few bolt-ons, chuck it in, a custom tune from Vlad. We're gonna just enjoy the car for what it is. And in the meantime, I will begin building slowly my iron blocks in the basement. I was thinking in my head, for me to build that engine for my specifications for what I want to achieve out of that engine, I'm looking at over $2,000, you know. So I was like, look, like I might as well just buy an engine and drive the car. So 800 bucks, here it is. Put a few hundred in it, install it, drive it, be happy for months on end. And I will not be afraid to thrash this engine because I know they're strong. See, whenever this thing was boosted, there was always a little bit of worry in the back of my mind, like, man, something's gonna break. I'm gonna feel much more relieved hopping in it, turning that key and thrashing it with it being NA. That's all I want. I just want to enjoy my car, man. I just want to drive it. That's what it's about sometimes for me. Also, something I recently done to the car was I built something I wanted to do for a long time. I finally did it. It was a free mod because I had the metal. I got a hold of some used street signs. Well, they're all used, but ones that were going to go to a scrapyard, I got a hold of them, and I made this. I made my own rear diffuser. I know a lot of guys are not going to like this, but this is my build. I always envisioned something like this, and I just went with it. All made from scratch, all by hand. I went down to a local shop and used a metal brake to bend it. We have a big sign like that. It's bent like at a freaking really aggressive, probably like a 60-some degree angle. So I have it mounted with 4 bolts underneath to the spare tire. Well, I used riv nuts, and it's a mess back here, but I'll show you how I did it. If you can see down in there, I have components in here. Shoot. You can kind of see, but there's these pieces of metal right here. There's riv nuts I passed through them. Right there's a riv nut. A riv nut is like a rivet, but it leaves you with threads. So you use this tool, crimp it in, it grabs metal, and you have a nice threaded hole to put bolts in. So, and this being really thin metal, I didn't want to only use that. So I have those metal strips in there to brace it. So there's 4 bolts holding it there, and then there's 2 turnbuckles on either side to draw it tight. The turnbuckles are, let's see if I can get you a shot. Oh, I can't see. I'm trying. Right there's a turnbuckle. See it? There it is. One of those on either side. Right here's where it bolts. It just it draws the whole diffuser up tight. Because it was a little bit off, I didn't bend it totally straight on my line because the brake was a cheap metal brake. It took 2 of us to bend the sign, so it was hard keeping it in the right spot. So it was a tiny bit off. But with those turnbuckles, I got it, as you can see, pretty perfect. So I might need a little bit more on this side, but hey, that's really straight. It's hard to get an idea because the car is way up off the ground, but I think once the car is sitting on the ground, it's going to look really good. I mimicked a diffuser I seen online a couple of years ago or last year for an M3, but it was like $2,000. It was all carbon fiber. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna build my own. I wanted to do this for a long time, so whenever I was saying I got that that scar on my cheek, it's gonna scar. I know it is. Look at that. It's from that. It's from cutting the bumper. I was using my grinder and a hot glob slung off my grinder, hit my cheek. I'm like, oh fudge, here we go. It felt great. No, not really. It hurt like a freaking bitch. But yeah, I just, they were also just freehand cuts. I think I did pretty good. It's fit in there really good. So yeah, also those turnbuckles help draw it up to really seat it in there. But yeah, the original mock-up did have 4 fins in here, but I kind of like the 2. I'm gonna pull it all back apart, take it down, paint all satin black, reassemble it because I want the pop rivets to pop. Once again, we have rivets with our little rivet washers. I love using those and make things look great. But yeah, they're street signs, so I think I don't think it looks too bad. I think it's gonna suit well when the car is dropped. Once again, a lot of guys aren't gonna like it, but hey, it's my build, so there is one regret of doing that. I am now craving more, but I don't want to go too crazy with the car. I pulled off the front lip just to see what it looks like. I'm probably gonna put it back on. It's whatever there. But yeah, I had to borrow this forklift and drive it up here. First time ever driving one. I did okay. I got off the truck, pulled it in myself and everything. I got to take it back to its owner because that engine would not be delivered if I didn't get a forklift. They would not have delivered it to me, so I had to get a forklift. On the way here, I took it down dirt road. This thing was bumpy, man. There's no suspension. It's just solid freaking axle. It's a rough ride, so I'm going to take the road the way back, the main road. Yeah, so other than that, these last few months, I've been working for myself. I never liked having a boss. I hate having a job, even though I still have a job, which is here. I've been busting my ass here. I've been getting cars in like crazy lately. I had a 440 M Sport in here looking to get a catalyst downpipes come back once he gets it. I think he got it. I need to contact him. I just finished a Jetta, a 1.8T Jetta with 220-some thousand miles. The dude had it for a day, and the timing belt went. You know what that means? That engine's interference. So it bent all the exhaust valves, pretty much all of them. His old cylinder head is back there, if you guys can see that. I bought a whole new cylinder head. It was the most cost-effective way versus a machine shop. So a good used cylinder head, slapped it on with a new timing belt component kit, rewired his ignition coils, and it runs amazing. He's in love with it. And it has a 2-step tune, which I'll show you the 2-step tune right now. But I'm going to forewarn you, it's filmed vertically. I know, but it's for Snapchat for better quality, so I filmed it vertically for Snapchat. But here's a video of the 2-step. Pretty freaking rowdy, isn't it? But yeah, it's a pretty cool car. Can't complain. But yeah, back to work for myself. The last 4 months, I've been supporting myself, working here, and doing some online sales. So I've learned the ways of the internet a little bit and everything. I'm looking to move into a cheap apartment. Even I might talk to the owner about, there's a loft upstairs. I might want to live up there. The catch is there's no running water up there, so I'd have to use his bathroom and stuff. But it's cool because I know the guy. He knows my father. He's a township supervisor. He's a really cool dude, so I might be able to get a deal with him. I think it'd be awesome living in this shop. You know, wake up, just come downstairs, work on the car. My arm's getting tired. I need to switch for a second. Oh, man. But yeah, I'm super excited to get this engine. I mean, it means the world to me right now. And it came on a big rig. That was crazy, seeing a semi-truck on this small street. He was able to clear those turns and everything just like a pro, though. Pulled it in. I brought this baby out for the first time ever on a forklift and unloaded it myself. He just guided it for me. I pulled it up in here, dropped it. Gonna take this thing back to the owner, get my car back. Oh, my car! My daily E92. If you guys don't know, I hit a deer. And actually, within my first month of ownership, I hit a big-ass porcupine, a big old spiky boy. And he actually broke shit, that fucking thing. He broke my radiator. My front bumper was cracked up. So I called my insurance. That's what, that's what insurance is for animals and stuff. I paid for it, might as well use it. They were gonna total my car because of a radiator and cracked front bumper cover and small things. I'm like, no. You bring that car back to me right fucking now. So they brought it back to me. They gave me some money. I fixed it myself. All was good. Then, on the way to work one morning, I hit a fucking deer. I fucking snapped. Hit that deer. It broke the rest of the bumper. Broke the front fender because they're a plastic on that car. It's a plastic front fender. When it happened, I was just like, I was real calm. And I pulled into this diner. It was packed full for breakfast. I get out of my car, slam the fucking door and shout, fuck! On top of my lungs, I get out. I go to the fender that's already broken. punch it like 4 or 5 times, break even more, shout again. Fuck! Get in my car and peel out of there. So I just imagine the people at the diner are like, okay. And then I waited for a couple months. I did not report that to insurance because fuck my insurance. They were probably gonna fuck me. So I got a different front bumper, which is the M-Tech front bumper, a new front fender, had them painted, put them on here in a few hours. Actually, like half a day. It was a bitch lighting that fender up. But it looks really good. You guys will see. I'll bring it back. I'll show you guys that car. It looks really nice with that front bumper on it. Let's fire this freaking thing up. If it does, it's been acting weird. Come on, baby. Oh, got a little squeak. But it's all right, baby. Fucking propane power. This thing is fucking weird, bro. Oh. I gotta let this fucking thing up. There we go. There she is, baby. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Alright. Let's get it. I'll be right back. I don't want to get in trouble for freaking recording and driving this freaking behemoth. See you guys in a few moments. This thing is fucking awesome. Okay, and here is the E92 with the M-Tech front bumper on it. Angel eyes are kind of messy right now because it's wet out. But let me turn off the car real quick. You guys get a better look at the bumper. I think it turned out really nice. Car's a little dirty. It's my daily. What do you expect? Yeah, the fender that the deer broke was the passenger side. That's replaced. Did a good job matching everything. I got charged $300 to paint the bumper and fender. That's pretty good. But yeah, it looks good, I think. It suits the car well. It's not bad for a daily driver. Can't really complain about it. Ah, we're back at the shop, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get it. Ah, there she is. In all of her glory. I still can't believe the oil pan is that dry. I'm not sure what mileage these had to start leaking, but this obviously is still the original gasket because there is no stains or anything. I'm impressed with that. Yeah, she's a fucking clean one, Bob. There's the good old fashioned throttle cable throttle bar here. This is like the early drive-by-wire setup they used. It has a cable and it's electronic. Whenever they go bad, usually tosses on the EML light, drivability issues, crazy hanging idle and weird idle and all that crap. But yeah, even got all these hoses and stuff with it. Transmission cooler lines, but thankfully I'm a manual, don't need all that mumbo jumbo. Big old fat torque converter on her. That feels good. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm pretty excited. I'm getting loopy, getting a little tired and funny because I haven't slept yet, like I said. I'm just glad this thing's finally here with its oily mess from the oil cap breaking. But all in all, the oil even looks, look at that. That's not, so the things I'm seeing, this is a good freaking engine. CCV looks like it's been replaced. They're not brittle. Vanos hose would have been leaking by now, I feel. It's been replaced, maybe not. Oil filter cap isn't dug up that bad. They use the proper tools on it. See, small stuff like this is what tells you the kind of care. I did notice off the bat, one of the things was that this AC belt is cracked. They've been replaced. But the drive belt is in good condition. It's not cracked. It's still really nice and pliable. Actually, even the fan clutch, there is no play in it. It's either been replaced. Oh, definitely, that's not the original. It's been replaced. So I have a good feeling about this car. I think it's been well taken care of. The thermostat looks like it's still being the original. They last a long time though. I can't wait to fucking crank this thing on the pallet. It's gonna be wild. I want to see what spark plugs. I'm gonna pull this vanity cover off. I can't wait to dig into this thing. All right, I need to either two options: go home and go to bed. It's already almost noon. It's kind of late. Or I stay and pull off the vanity cover and see what spark plugs are in it and all that stuff. I will get to work on this thing. I will update you guys accordingly. So, yeah. Also, I want to start recording myself working on these cars because I think that'd be cool. But I need a good camera system. Something to hold a camera while I work on cars and stuff. You know, people love me for my work. I think it'd be really cool sharing it with you guys. You know, be right there with me. Keep me company when I do this stuff. And one thing I'm really interested about, but one thing I never really done is I never asked anybody. Like, I was never one of those people, hey, please subscribe and like. I've never done that. That's just something every YouTuber does. If people like you, they're going to naturally subscribe to you. That's how I've been. I have, like, not that many subscribers, but hey, that's more than I had last year. I never even imagined myself getting 1,000 plus. Like, this is a really cool milestone for me. And I'm still not going to ask you guys to subscribe. That's not me. If you guys want to, you guys will, right? I'm not going to force you to. It's whatever. I'm not like that. But, yeah, I'm going to keep cracking on this thing and hoping to make some awesome progress this year. So, yeah, stay tuned and I'll keep uploading. So, I'll see you guys next time.